Hello, we're back again with Jerry Spinelli, Report to the Principal's Office. We left off in Chapter 7 where Eddie decided to break one of his rules, and he dealt with an 8th grader and he got directions. And it looks like he might have got the wrong direction. So let's see where he is at in Chapter 8. Eddie barged through the nearest door. He found himself in the back of a wide, spacey room. A music room. Up front, kids were honking and thumping and plinking on instruments. There was an open door to his right against the back wall. He ducked into it. It was a large closet. It was shadowy but light. From the big room revealed it to be a storage area for musical instruments. Everywhere, round, brassy mouths gaped fish-like at him, threatening to blare and give him away. He picked his way as carefully as possible through the instruments and cases to the back of the closet. Here, in the corner, behind a tuba, it was dark. He sat on the floor, his knees up to his chin. Twice during the period, someone reached into the closet for an instrument, but no one came for the tuba. Outside, he could hear the instructor saying over and over, "Your lips go like this, like this. Okay, now. Blow." This would usually be followed by silence, followed by, "No, like this," followed by what sounded like the squawk of an animal whose tail had been stepped on. Confusingly, there were other sounds too, but not like any instrument he had ever heard. Twangs, tweets, and bonks. This was music? But all this was background to the feelings churning inside Eddie. There was no use pretending anymore that he wanted to be a grown-up middle schooler. What he really wanted was to be back at Brockhurst Elementary. He wanted to stay in the same classroom all day. He wanted stars and turkeys on his spelling test. He wanted to wear his Daffy Duck pin. He wanted recess. And now, suddenly, he wanted to go to the bathroom. Oh, boy. He clenched his teeth. He tried to think about other things, like basketball and raising the flag every morning with Roger Himes. Oh, life used to be so simple. You had to go, you raised your hand, and a minute later, relief. Now, he didn't dare move till the end of the period. It didn't help that against the wall, a couple of feet away, stood invitingly a saxophone. The bell! Eddie shot out of the closet, out of the music room, down the hall, around the bend, down the stairs, up the hall, searching for a door that said, "Boys." There! He burst in. There was a sound he had heard before, a sound that he himself had sometimes made before. Huh-too! Just as he realized it was the sound of a honker loading and firing, he was hit, smack in the left ear. He froze. Someone said, "Hey, that don't count. He got in the way." Someone said, "Hey, that don't count. He got in the way." Sorry, I said that again. Someone else said, "It counts, man. My turn." Ha-too! A second honker grazed his chin. He was caught in the crossfire of a spit fight. "I got him in the ear, man. That's 2 points." Ooh, gross. "It's no points. It's only a 6th grader." "You're cheating, man. You're cheating." "Yeah? Yeah. Huh. 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 Two. Two." Eddie bolted for the nearest stall and locked himself in. There was no longer any question of going to the bathroom. His bladder had turned to ice. His only concern now was walking out of here alive. He pulled off some toilet paper and mopped out his left ear. Ugh. He wished he knew more about the human ear. He knew there was an eardrum in there somewhere. He had always pictured it as a tiny bongo drum. Would it halt the C page, or would the honker ooze on through, deeper and deeper into the dark catacomb of his ear? Would he lose his hearing? Horrible scenes came to him. Pictures of people at supermarket checkouts lines gawking in wonder and disgust at the fat lettered headlines in the Star and Midnight. Boy's brain turns to mush. Honker blamed. 8th graders sought in bathroom murder. Frantically, he cocked his head and thumped the side of it, trying to jettison the runaway ooze. As he did so, there came a rattle and bumping upon the door of his stall. He looked down onto the grinning, upside-down face occupying the space. "Hi there," said the grinning face. Eddie looked up and saw the toe ends of a pair of sneakers hanging over the top of the door. One of the spitters was hanging upside down on the stall door. Ugh, gross. He heard the telltale intake of breath, the loading huh. He glanced down. The mouth was no longer grinning. It was puckering. It occurred to him how much a mouth about a honker rate resembled a mouth about to kiss, but he felt certain he was about to be kissed. Boom! Eddie's English book flew to his face just in time to catch the missile. The bell for next period rang. The face and feet disappeared. A moose call, a Tarzan yell, a gush of hallway noise as the door opened, and then silence. Merciful silence. Eddie tore off some more toilet paper and wiped off the intercepted honker. He was beginning to wonder if he had made some kind of terrible mistake. Maybe he had gotten on the wrong bus that morning. Served him right, telling his mom to stay home. Maybe he had boarded the bus to H-E-double-L, and now he was going to miss yet another class. Is that you, Eddie? He clamped his breath. He froze. Who was speaking? Eddie Mott. The voice seemed to be coming from another stall, where he had heard that voice. Eddie? He leaned down till he could see beneath the side panel of his stall. Two stalls up was a face, smiling, upside down, long curly brown hair pulling in the front. Salem Brownmiller? In the flesh? What? It's a long story. Let's get out of here first. Which they did. Fast. I wonder why Salem Brownmiller's in the bathroom. But that's funny. Poor Eddie. He's just not having a good first day, even though that was his goal. Well, let's see why Salem is in the bathroom in chapter 9. See you there. Bye.